One of the liver's most crucial, yet widely underappreciated, functions is its role in blood clotting. Most people associate the liver with detoxification or digestion, but its ability to produce proteins, especially clotting factors, is essential for everyday survival. Without these proteins, the body cannot effectively stop bleeding, even from minor injuries. The liver's contribution to hemostasis, the process that prevents and stops bleeding, is so foundational that when this function starts to falter, the consequences can be swift and dangerous, ranging from easy bruising to internal hemorrhaging. Yet outside of advanced medical training, this aspect of liver physiology is rarely emphasized, leaving many unaware of just how deeply our safety from bleeding depends on this one organ. The liver produces most of the clotting factors used by the body to create a blood clot. These include fibrinogen, prothrombin, and several others labeled by Roman numerals, factors V, 7, 9, X, 11, and 12. It also creates proteins that regulate clotting so that the process doesn't go too far and cause blockages. These clotting factors are made continuously, stored briefly in the bloodstream, and deployed the moment the body detects vascular injury. A healthy liver ensures that the entire coagulation cascade works smoothly, rapidly plugging wounds to prevent blood loss. However, when liver function is compromised, whether due to chronic liver disease, cirrhosis, hepatitis, or toxin exposure, the production of these proteins slows down or stops altogether. One of the most common signs of advanced liver dysfunction is impaired coagulation. This can manifest as frequent nosebleeds, prolonged bleeding from small cuts, heavy menstrual periods, or spontaneous bruising. In severe cases, patients may develop life-threatening internal bleeding or gastrointestinal hemorrhages without warning. In cirrhosis, where normal liver tissue is replaced by scar tissue, the capacity to synthesize clotting factors is significantly reduced. The liver's architecture is damaged, and blood flow through the organ is disrupted, further impairing its ability to maintain normal clotting function. What's particularly dangerous is that this doesn't always show up in ways people notice early on. Bruises might be dismissed as clumsiness, and prolonged bleeding might be attributed to something else. By the time the connection to liver dysfunction is made, the disease may be well advanced. One of the key blood tests used to assess liver-related clotting issues is the INR, International Normalized Ratio, which measures how long it takes for blood to clot. A high INR suggests the liver isn't producing enough clotting factors. However, this test is not usually ordered unless there are obvious signs of liver disease or bleeding. That means many people are walking around with impaired clotting function and don't know it until something goes wrong. Adding another layer of complexity is the role of vitamin K, which is essential for the activation of certain clotting factors. The liver uses vitamin K to modify these proteins into their active forms. Without adequate vitamin K, whether due to poor diet, malabsorption, or liver disease, the body's ability to clot properly decreases even further. This makes it doubly important to consider liver health in individuals who are on medications like warfarin, a blood thinner that inhibits vitamin K, or those with gastrointestinal issues that impair nutrient absorption. Ironically, while the medical system teaches this information in advanced training, it's rarely shared in public health discussions. Liver education often stops at "don't drink too much," leaving out the nuances of how deeply the liver is involved in regulating the very blood that keeps us alive. Bleeding and clotting aren't abstract medical phenomena. They are life and death processes playing out quietly every moment, with the liver at the center. But there's hope. Supporting liver health proactively helps maintain proper clotting function. This means limiting alcohol, avoiding unnecessary medications, especially those that stress the liver, and reducing processed food and sugar intake. Eating a balanced diet rich in leafy greens for vitamin K, lean proteins for amino acids needed to make clotting proteins, and antioxidants to reduce inflammation strengthens the liver's ability to do its job. Supplements like milk thistle or N-acetylcysteine (NAC) may help protect liver tissue and maintain function in those at risk. Importantly, if someone begins experiencing unusual bruising, frequent nosebleeds, or unexplained bleeding, liver function tests, including clotting panels, should be part of the evaluation. These signs might not point to a blood disorder or trauma, but to an overworked, underperforming liver quietly losing its ability to keep blood flowing and stopping when needed. So while blood clotting might seem like a function reserved for emergency rooms or surgical settings, it is something the liver regulates around the clock. The next time you see a small scrape stop bleeding or a bruise heal on its own, remember, the liver made that happen. Its quiet orchestration of clotting proteins is part of the uncelebrated miracle that keeps our bodies intact. By honoring and protecting that role, we're not just safeguarding our liver, we're preserving the very fabric of our internal stability.